Welcome to Incoming Discussion, the podcast where we talk about everything and anything we feel opinionated about. If you like the show or want to voice your opinion, don't forget to check out our socials in the description of the show.
So, pets.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about pets, baby. Kind of just sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
A little bit strange.
So, for the background, I own a pug. Name's Frida, but we just call her Bean. And she is the bane of my existence.
No. Come on now. You love her, really.
No, I love her to pieces, but she is an absolute demon. Absolute demon.
You know you love, showing her off.
I do, yeah.
So
It's
cute,
the only redeeming thing about my personality.
Just that you have a dog.
No, a pug as well, come on.
She is really cute. Super friendly.
She is, but she's very annoying.
Oh, no, you can't say that. Oh, no.
And Dave, you own a cat.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, but cats are meant to be arseholes. It's 20% arsehole.
I don't know. I've met a fair few cats. Some of them, they're nice, but majority of them, they're just go away.
It is very much the difference between dogs and cats is dogs always want to be loved, and cats is I'll be loved on my time when I want to be.
I mean, Bean hasn't left my side at all in the whole day yet.
Since being home, Pix has laid in a box that she always does, and she's just sleeping and ignoring me. Just before the podcast, she had to run and get Bean.
Yeah, because Bean I don't know what it is about her. She just decides to bark at nothing.
I mean, she's warding off all the ghosties, right?
Nothing's here. No. Not cool. I'm trying to do stuff and you're there just having a go at air for existing.
Oh, bless her heart. See, I know.
I mean, right now she's sat in front of a mirror and she's giving the mirror a bit of an evil look.
Giving the sideways eye, come at me. I mean, with Pixel, she knows what I'm talking about because her little ears go and point towards me, but she won't wake up. She just fully ignores me.
See, imagine a dog-cat hybrid where it wants affection on its own terms, but is as friendly as a dog.
Isn't there a mythical beast where it's a dog-cat hybrid or something? I could be wrong.
I think that's just the cartoon cat dog.
Oh, cat dog. I love that show.
Dude, that is a weird show.
The thing is, I don't know about Bean, but if you go anywhere near the treats box, if you accidentally touch it, if you don't give him a treat, all hell breaks loose. She a mad kitty.
Yeah, see, Freed's is kind of similar, but if she sees a bag of treats lying on the table or whatever, she just sits and she'll bark at it, and it's kind of Jesus Christ, chill your shit.
Do you have to put them away?
Yeah, we have a cupboard for them.
Away. So for Pixel, when she was quite young, we had this box, and it said cat proof, you can't get in it. We came home to her throwing up because she'd somehow opened up the tub of treats and eaten half of them, and this tub was huge.
Have you ever put pics on catnip?
Yes, once.
They get fucking weird.
We gave her these catnip treats once, and we only gave her a few. She got so excited and just pissed herself.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just weed.
Just not loads, but she just weed.
See, my sister's dog, he used to get super excited when he sees people when he was a puppy, and he just wee. I'm so happy I'm going to pee myself.
I think it's just an excitement thing, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe, but it's just. I mean, what do you do in that situation? If you're not a dog person and you've just met a dog and it's just weed at you.
I think you just need to be understanding, don't you? Open mind and all.
Yeah, I think that's anything with pets, except I'm going to bring on to the first topic of the day: weird pet owners.
What, exotic pets, or just people who are obsessed over their pets?
Just people that are weird with their pets.
Yeah, I mean, do you take Bean to have her groomed and stuff, or do you just do it yourself?
We do it ourselves mainly, but like we have taken her be groomed before. She molts like there's no tomorrow. Like the other day, Frida got brushed, and you could make another Frida out of what happened.
I love when people like collect so much fur that they make like little like sombrero hats and stuff, and make like little fur outfits for their pets.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Weird pet things.
I mean, people do get like properly obsessed with keeping their pets like pristine all the time as well.
I get it if it's like a show animal.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I saw the other day. Someone walking their cat.
I mean, I know people walk their Bengals.
It's a little weird.
I mean, we once tried to put a harness on Pixel and she was not having any of it.
I mean, I've seen like this guy. I came out of my road, right? I'm walking down, and at the end of the road, I saw this guy like peek out from like behind a wall, and I was like, "Okay, what's going on here?" One sec, Bean, stop doing what you're doing. Just go lie down.
Pixel hasn't moved. She's just laying there.
She's. Problem with the dog is, right? I'm trying to record a podcast. She sat and she's walking around, and it's lino, so you can hear her, and it's like, just stop doing what you're doing. Earlier, she's fine, she's lying on the bed. Anyway, back story. He like peered out from behind a wall, saw me, looked really spooked, and then I saw him like pretty much trying to drag the cat across the street by like a harness.
Oh, was it like a normal cat?
Yeah, just like a standard cat. I don't really know the different types of cats, but it was like, it's got 4 legs, it's got fur.
I mean, Bengals are just huge.
Nah, it's not massive. It was just
cat.
It just doesn't look like they should be walked. I mean, it wasn't like dogs. I think they've been like trained so much that they just know how to walk on a lead. Whereas cats, you just put it on and it's like trying to fucking walk a bumblebee. They just go anywhere. They really don't care.
As soon as we put this harness on her, she just laid on the floor, and I was like, okay. I tried to stand her up. She was laid on the floor. She was not having any of it. Not any of it whatsoever. The cats are strange.
I mean, I've seen some other weird pet owners walking dogs. I saw a guy the other day, right?
Right.
Walking an iguana.
Like walking it, or like holding it?
You not like big lizard. No, it was on a lead on the ground.
Okay, why?
I don't know, but hear me out, right? Here's the first thing I think of when I see that. Attention seeking.
Yeah, true.
You literally just want people to go like, oh, hey, look at my iguana.
You think like, maybe take it to like take it into your garden or whatever to give it a little bit of a run around, but taking it for a walk is a bit excessive, I think. A bit strange.
Yeah, but you get weird people like that, like pets that should not be walked. Right, let's name some pets that should not be walked.
Tortoises. I've seen it. Don't.
You seen it? A tortoise?
It's so weird. Just
like, what was she? How did you put a lead on that?
I think it was just like round the middle, but I think it'd come off because when I saw her, she was adjusting it. But yeah, strange. Just why? It was at the beach as well, of all things.
That is attention seeking, 100%.
And it was a hot day. It was so hot. And I was just like, why have you got this poor tortoise outside?
Yeah, why have you thought this was a really good idea?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so strange. I think
any sort of like reptile is a no. Don't walk it.
Yeah, unless it's like you're outside and you're doing a show or something. There's not really any point.
See, I've seen someone walk a llama before.
What?
I mean, I think that's like fairly standard. That's not bad because they are outside animals, you know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I don't think they should be walked, but like they are outside.
Yeah, it makes more sense than a tortoise, I guess.
What about people that like walk birds and stuff, or just like have birds? So for context, I'm really not massive on birds or flying animals. I don't mind like a pigeon or a seagull, but like I went on holiday to Budapest, and some guys just stood there with a fucking falcon.
Okay.
A falcon.
I've seen this guy on like I think it was Twitter. It might have been it might have been Twitter or what's that other one with the clock? TikTok.
TikTok.
uh,
Very different things.
clock. The clocks go TikTok.
No, but Twitter and TikTok are two very different platforms.
It
One's like
was.
video based, and one's like,
I'm pretty sure it's a repost on Instagram, but it was like, it has like the watermarks. So I'm pretty sure it might have been
yeah,
TikTok. But anyway, this guy was like riding his bike, and he just had like two parrots on like each shoulder, and they would like fly off, and then like fly behind him and come back and like land on his shoulders. And I'm like, if you go near people that don't like birds, they're not going to be happy about this.
yeah, but like that's like common law number one if you're walking an animal. Like,
Yeah, keep it near you and under control. Like,
yeah, I mean, as much as I disagree with people walking like reptiles and just animals that shouldn't be walked, just keep it like close. We know you're doing this for attention, but like, not everybody gives a shit. Oh yeah, look at me, I've got a parrot.
it's a bit strange, isn't it?
A bit strange is an understatement of the year.
I think one of my
Like,
favourite things I've seen with someone with their pet is obviously we live quite near the beach, but there's this guy I've seen a few times now. He has this like shaggy dog, quite a big shaggy dog, right? And to get away from the beach, you have to go up like up a certain way, and he always rides his bike. And this dude somehow gets his dog to get on his back, and he rides a bike with his dog on his back. And it's so fucking cute. Like he's basically wearing the dog like a backpack. It's so cute.
yeah, but I've seen you can get like cat backpacks.
You can, yeah, and you
If you want to like take your cat outside, it's like a backpack and it's got a little port window in it.
yes, and I saw someone strap one of those to a dog and put a smaller dog inside that capsule backpack thing. Like,
What is the point in that?
why?
I'm not gonna lie. Another moment of attention seeking. I think a lot of owning a pet is attention seeking because, well, for me, for example, my pet is the best pet.
Yeah, but everyone thinks that though, don't
Especially she's small, she's cute, like she's just the best thing ever. But do you ever get this? I get offended when people don't like my pet.
they? No, but mainly because Pixel doesn't like a lot of people, but she likes me, so that's all I care about.
I mean, I was in Zoom doing something the other day. Someone's like, "Oh, what dog have you got?" She seemed like really excited. And I went, "Oh, a pug," and she just was like, "Oh."
To
And like the best part of me wanted to go, "What do you mean, oh?"
be fair, I've never been a big fan of pugs, just because sometimes I can get a bit boggly eyed and that like freaks me out a little bit. But Bean is super cute, like
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'd say about 20% of the time, the two pugs that I hang out with, which is Bean and Remus. Remus is her brother.
yeah.
Remus gets bug-eyed about 20% of the time, where they just do not look in the same direction. And Frida does it too. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't know. I never really wanted a pug, and then I looked after two pugs, and I was like, "This is sick."
Just love the little
Fully
doggy.
not understanding my decision.
Now she has to be locked in another room so you can actually do podcast.
I mean, she's not locked in there. She has got like
I know,
treats
I
and
know.
toys and stuff. I mean, yeah, my pet is like the best thing, and I get this with like other people's pets. Like, I took Bean to this like pug party thing,
Oh yes.
and you could tell everyone in there was like super like, "Look at my dog, look at my dog, look at my dog." And being the
Yeah.
thing I didn't realize is we're all pug owners. We don't give a shit about your pug.
You just care about your pug.
Yeah, I mean, Bean was a bit naughty. What she did was she was in a ball pit and she decided to wee in it. To which like some woman was like sat right in front of the ball pit and she was like telling other people like, "Oh yeah, don't go near that. That dog over there's just weed in it." And I literally wanted to turn around and be like, "You're not even watching your dog, and he's just done a massive fucking piss right next to you."
The thing
Like,
is, as well, like
don't
when
ever
you
go
go
at
to
me.
something like that, when you go to something like that, you're gonna expect there to be piss on stuff because it's loads of dogs. It's a dog like meet and greet basically.
Well, that's the thing. I spoke to the owner of the event. I was like, "Yo, man, so sorry, my dog's just weed in that ball pit," and he just went, "I really don't care, mate. We're just going to throw it out afterwards." I was like,
Exactly.
"Oh, sweet." But then this was the weirdest thing. If you didn't have a pug
Yeah.
and you wanted to go to this event, they charge you like I think it's like £3 or £4 more to come in, and
What?
there was probably about 20 of them, and some of them were like nice and friendly. Like I spoke to like another couple that were like we're at uni. We just like the girl in the relationship just really liked pugs, and she wanted to hang out with them, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can pick mine up. Like she's calm, she'll just be nice. And then like I turned the corner around from where we're sitting.
Hmm.
Have you ever watched Hercules, the
The old
cartoon?
Disney cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, you know when he's like dying and he's going down the river Styx and there's like all those hands reaching out,
Oh right. Yeah.
or even Prisoner of Azkaban. Not Prisoner
I
of
can see
Azkaban.
where
What's
you're
the
going
one?
with this.
Sirius Black. Just grabbing people and dragging them through the portal.
Right. Yeah.
There was I really can't express how weird this was. There was probably about 10 people sat on the floor in a straight
Flurry of
line,
hands.
and just any time a pug came past them, they'd all just reach out and try and like stroke it.
That's a bit much.
See, like,
Jesus.
Bean, bless her heart. If you don't know Bean and I haven't like introduced him, I'm like, oh Bean, say hi. She won't give you the time of day, so don't try and touch her. And I remember
Yeah.
I was walking to get her something from the bar. I think it was like a puppuccino, which is just like whipped cream in a cup.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking, there is literally about 10 hands reaching out to grab her.
Oh,
And it was like a scene out of like The Matrix or something. You know, when he's dodging all the bullets, Bean just
Yeah.
ducking and weaving all these hands. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing that could possibly have happened.
See, that's in a way as well. Like people don't know your dog. Like some dogs might be a bit timid. Like that's a really bad thing to be doing. Like in my
Yeah, just
opinion,
trying to
anyway.
grab at
Like,
another animal. I mean, the rules
hmm,
were like you couldn't bring like a misbehaved animal.
yeah, but like some dogs
Like I
aren't
couldn't
gonna have ever
bring
been in a
Remus. I couldn't bring my
situation.
mum's dog because he's a bit grumpy.
That's fair enough. But like again, like some dogs may have never been in that situation where there's 10 pairs of hands coming at you. Like
I mean, imagine
you
if
could
you were a
like,
human and it was like you were the
man, I
pug in the
fucking hate that.
situation and there's just 10 people trying to grab at you. I would throw hands.
Fights would be happening.
Yeah, like if someone just tried to grab me, the first time I'd be like, all right, that's a bit weird. Second time I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here. And I think by the fourth time, I'd just turn around and smack them.
So if you
They're
had
just,
go on, go on, what you say?
I've completely forgotten.
So if you had pets like when you were younger as well, or
Yeah, so I've always
just now?
like grown up with dogs. So we had like my mum used to have a whippet.
Okay.
She had another dog which was just like a random mongrel.
Did
She's
you
got
have any like
three
weird
dogs now.
habits?
Well, we had one three-legged dog,
Hmm.
but it was like she was an old hunting dog. She used to just scrap everything. Like
Oh
when we
bless
went to
her.
go see her in the home, she'd been attacked like 2 weeks before.
Oh bless.
She had like staples in her skull. She had a hole in her cheek. So they said the vet said to my mum, like, because my mum was obviously going to get her, they were like, right, the two options
Hmm.
are because they damaged one of her saliva glands.
Oh
They were like,
dear.
we can reroute the saliva to go through a hole in her cheek.
Right.
So every time she salivates, it would like come through her cheek. Or the other one is we can do it so it comes out near a tear duct in her eye.
Okay.
My mum was like, I don't want a dog crying every time she's hungry or like wants to eat something. So we'll just do it the side of the cheek. She had like half an ear, but she was like the sweetest dog to people.
Oh bless her.
And then because she was like an old hunting dog, I remember my mum
Hmm.
once took me to school, and on the way home, or when she came to pick me up, like later on in the day, she brought the dog round, let the dog off, and it killed a pigeon.
Fuck.
It was that fast on three legs; it could kill pigeons.
Damn. That's cool though.
And but it didn't do anything with the body. It didn't like try and eat it; just killed it and just left it.
Just for fun. I mean, I
And my
guess that's
mum
the
was
hunting in
like,
there.
there's loads of kids stood round, all going, "Oh my god, look, there's a dead bird there." And my mum keeps telling me like, if you just looked at the dog, you could just see all the
Yeah.
feathers and blood around her mouth.
Oh, for God's sake.
So my mum picked it up and put it in a bin.
See, when I was younger, like my partner had cats. I never had any pets of my own, but she had this one called Shadow. She was like a black cat. She was the nicest cat. You like super friendly to everyone. I remember the first time I went round her house. This little black cat just came to sit on my lap. Didn't leave my lap until I left or I needed a pee. But I remember when he used to like stay over sometimes, she'd always try and get in bed and she would always try and get like lay underneath your legs or whatever, like proper underneath the blankets. It was so weird.
Yeah,
Like
but
I've
cats.
never known
I
other
feel
cats
like
do
if you're
that.
like a cat person,
Mm.
cats know that,
Yeah,
and then
I
they're
mean
just like,
pigs
"Yo,
would never
you're
do
my
anything like
dude."
that. Yeah, I get that. Like, but pigs would never do anything like that.
See,
She
my ex
wouldn't
had
ever
a
get on
cat,
like the
and it
blankets.
only liked guys.
Yeah, I think that does happen quite a lot with cats. They kind of have like a preference. Like, I'm pretty sure Pixel likes men more. Like apart from my partner, most women that come over, she just immediately doesn't like. I think it's just because they pay more attention to her, and like the guys who come over just kind of ignore her. And when she gets ignored, she gets like inquisitive and then comes over and is a bit more friendly like that. She doesn't like to be like looked at and like fussed. She just
That's
wants to
back
be
to what
left
you're saying.
alone.
It's all about like it's on their terms, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Or I
It
suppose like if a
always
guy
is with
comes in,
her.
it's like, "Why aren't you fussing me?"
I mean, like, we had someone come in and like just like screw around with our phone line, and because he was just working, Pix just comes over, starts sniffing him, like lets the guy like actually pet her, and this was like the first time we've ever had someone come over, and straight away she's warmed up to them, like that's when we were like, okay, yeah, it's got to be a doesn't like to be confronted sort of thing, wants to just on her terms.
See, my sister's cat's like that though, because he's like 8 or 9 or something. But every time I go see him, he just stares at me like, "Yo, what's up?" But the one time he was actually super nice to me, I remember I was staying at my sister's, and I had to do some work for uni, so I put myself in like the spare room and just sat there. And they were like, "Oh, the cat's in the spare room, but he won't like bother you or anything." Within like 5 minutes, he was coming up, like rubbing his head on me. He wanted strokes
Oh,
and pats. He was just chilling, and I was like, "Yo, you are my dude." Like
we
gang. And
best
now every
friends.
time I see him, he just doesn't remember that, and I'm like, please, it's the best memory I have.
It's like heartbreaking. You just can't remember it at all. It's just like my fondest memory.
It's kind of like having like a family member with dementia. You're like, "Hi, do you remember me?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you delivered the food the other day." It's like, "No, no, please, love me."
You know the easiest way to like any pets is always treats. Just take treats.
Yeah, saying that actually, he's just started taking treats from me. So my sister's like, "I'll give him a treat. He'll love you forever." And I'm like, "Yes, now we're friends." I like desperately want this cat to be my friend.
How old is it? Fairly old now.
He's like 9, I think.
Okay, yeah.
His name's Bubby. He's like really
Bubby.
nice
Oh,
colorings. And she used to have a cat called Pedro, and he was like missing teeth, and he was like 15 or something, diabetic.
Jesus.
But
I
he
mean,
was
some
like,
cats can live for ages, man. It's insane.
but he was like the nicest cat I've ever actually met. I think I've probably said that already about a different cat, but no, this cat, he was so like just soppy and sweet, and just wanted to like lie on me constantly. He just wanted fussing. My sister had a puppy at the time, the one I was telling you
Mm.
about that weed when he got
Yeah, yeah,
excited,
yeah.
and they would just play like no tomorrow. And I was like, I've never seen this.
Oh, that's cute though. I think as well, like when they're like brought up with dogs, they get like a different like temperament.
See, I'd like to try that with Bean, because Bean used to hang around with my sister's cat a bit, and they were like on friend
Right.
terms. But I just don't know. She's very selfish.
I think pigs would just attack if she was confronted enough.
Yeah, where do you think this like wars come from though?
I think it's because dogs want to be in like everything, and cats just want to be left alone. It's just like the thing does. It's like introverts and extroverts. Sometimes they just don't mix.
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10 they mix. Like you're a very weird person because if I like just on face value, I'd be like, right, this guy's an introvert, and then you like look at it and you're like, actually, he's really extroverted. People just don't give him the time of day because he's like wham,
What are you
and
talking about
he
me
got
now?
arrested bishop. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, thanks, dude.
no, like
I do have a resting bitch
you are
face. It's
such a
fine.
talkative dude that I feel like some people just don't give you not offense, the time of day because you're like 6'7". You you look like someone out of Vikings,
It's true. I
and
mean, it's
I mean people have come up and told you that they're scared of you.
yeah, a couple of times. It's just weird. Every time that someone says that to me, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, but obviously, I must be giving off something. But yeah, it's always
See, I normally like don't like to judge people until I've spoken to them. So I
time.
try and make like the first contact, even though 9 times out of 10 I do not like talking to people.
Yeah, most of the time for me, it's like I kind of don't know how to start a conversation. I'm like a bit awkward like that. But once people
Yeah, but
talk
once
to
you get
me,
in the conversation,
and
it's
if
fine.
people, yeah, exactly. If people keep talking to me, I'm like I'm perfect. Like I'm fine as long as I'm not being um as long as like I don't have to make the first move. I kind of like it weirds me out. I don't know why. It always
See,
has
our
been.
first conversation, you were in your boxers, and I was like, well, if there's any time to talk to a man,
It's when his boxes are in full view.
I mean, I could definitely see the outline of your penis.
There it is.
I mean, just for reference, anyone listening, we do work together in a supermarket, which we won't name because we're probably going to trash talk it in a bit.
There's definitely
But he was in the dressing room getting ready to do the bakery, and I was getting ready to start my
yeah,
shift. And I was like, I've seen you on my department
yeah,
before. I know your wife works here. So you actually. I was like, maybe he's like a nice guy, and I just have to give him the opportunity to like express that. Because, like you said, like you're good once someone's initiated conversation.
exactly,
Conversation.
exactly.
So yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna talk to him about anything. I get like really weird phases where I'm like super talkative, and then the rest of the time I'm like, I hate the world, leave me alone.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. That's just how I am. I'm a little bit awkward, but you just got to get past like the big scary exterior apparently, and then I'll just start talking.
If I was gonna name us as any like cartoon or any like famous pairing, I'd probably call
Oh god,
us.
I'm worried about what you're
It's more
about
of a
to say.
slander on me because I'm not actually that short. Sully
Right.
and Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc.
Oh, dude, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not exactly that short in comparison to you. I'm like 5'11", 6 foot in shoes, and you're like 6'5", 6'6", maybe 6'7",
I'm a little bit shorter than
unconfirmed.
that.
So I mean, height wise, it doesn't make that much sense. You're like 8 inches bigger than me.
Have you ever seen Regular Show?
No,
Okay, I can't reference it then. It's I would say we're more like Regular Show. It's because they're like two like awkward friends, and like they go on like random adventures with like a bunch of like random characters. But yeah,
I mean, I don't think we've been on random adventures. We mainly just play Xbox together.
that counts. It counts. It definitely counts.
Okay, I'm counting that.